People compare this set unfavorably to the 2012 classic Jabba's Palace. Who really comes out on top? We are going to get to the bottom of this today, so stick around to find out. What up everyone, my name is Matt, and this is my review of LEGO's Boba Fett's Throne Room. This is set number 75326. It retails for a whopping $100 here in the US and includes 732 pieces. Now, if you look on the bottom left corner of the box, you're gonna see Boba Fett and Fennec Shand there. So this is a Book of Boba Fett set. But the actual scene this set is depicting is from the post-credit scene of the Mandalorian Season 2 finale. And I gotta say, if you go back and watch, this is a pretty faithful recreation of that scene. This set includes a whopping 7 minifigures, and they are Boba Fett, of course, his friend and assassin Fennec Shand, Bib Fortuna, a Thelan dancer, a Quarren, a Gamorrean guard, and a Weequay guard. We're gonna start with Boba Fett, of course, because he's the star of the show and because Tamara Morrison is awesome. This is a great looking minifigure with really cool printing on the front and the back. Awesome printing on his arms here, including that cool left shoulder pauldron. Beautifully printed knees. The only thing not great about Boba Fett is that LEGO decided to phone it in a little bit, and his helmet and jetpack are the wrong color. They're a sand green instead of the darker green of his chest piece. Boba Fett's one-sided face has some beautiful printing on it, showing us this great scowl of his. Fennec Shand looks beautiful and includes some very detailed printing on her chest piece and on her legs and on her arms. Her face on the front side is a very pleased smirk, and if we turn her around to the back, she's got sort of an inquisitive stare. Don't be fooled by the front of the box. You don't get a helmet with this version of Fennec Shand, but you do get a decent looking hairpiece. It's not perfect though. Next up is Bib Fortuna, who is exclusive to this set. This version of Jabba's successor comes with a custom headpiece with a lot of extra weight and girth around it, so it looks really good and is accurate to the thick boy Bib Fortuna we see at the end of The Mandalorian. We don't get any printing on the arms, but the printing all over his chest and legs looks really, really good. His main face, I guess, is one you might describe as sort of a welcoming grin, but if we turn him around to the back, you can see that he knows he's about to get shot. The next exclusive minifigure we've got in this set is this Thelan dancer. She's a little bit hard to see because she's hiding in the shadows of the background, but she's there in all her magenta hair glory. Her chest printing looks pretty cool, and she's got, I don't know what's up with her feet. She's got hooves, maybe? Or claws, or I don't know. Does she have feet like a dog? I don't know what's up with her feet, but she doesn't have normal feet, I can tell you that. On the front of her face, she's got some really nice printing showing her the horns on the side there, and this very panicked look. If we turn her around to the back side, we see the nice looking printing of her chest continuing around to the back, and more of a sultry, kind of swanky clubbing face. Next up, we've got our Quarren, and I can't believe it, but this is the first time we've ever seen a Quarren in LEGO. So not only is this beautifully molded headpiece brand new, but it's currently exclusive to this set. The Quarren has really, really nice printing on his chest and on his legs. He looks sort of like a pirate here. And if we turn him around to the back, we see that the folds of his outfit are printed really, really beautifully on his chest. He looks great. Next up, we've got our Gamorrean guard, who is again exclusive to the set. He looks great with his super awesome chest piece. The Gamorrean guard's chest and head are all one piece, and that part's been reused from 2012 because it looked amazing then and it still looks amazing now. The leg printing on this guy is new and exclusive to this set though, and it looks way better than what we saw in 2012. If we flip him around to the back, we can see his furry coat situation extending past down to his butt. Lastly, we've got a Weequay guard, who is again exclusive to this set. We don't get any leg printing on him, but the printing on his chest looks really, really good. It's a little bit funny that he doesn't have a hairpiece, but he's got braids of hair printed on his chest and on his head. I can see why LEGO did that because he doesn't really have much going on the top of his head, but it looks a little bit funny here. If we flip him around to the back, we can see where those braids come out of the back of his head and then extend down onto his chest piece. All that printing looks really nice. I had a blast building this set, and it goes by pretty quickly when you only have 732 pieces. This set comes with 6 stickers for some additional detail around the throne area, including those really cool rancor details. Boba Fett's throne room is divided into 3 subsections, so it's a really good candidate to build with a friend if you want to do that. Just be aware there's only one set of instructions. Starting with the main chamber, I think this throne looks amazing. This thing could almost be a set all on its own. LEGO has captured all the cool little details about that iconic throne, including the curved piece at the back, the 2 huge armrests sort of things with the rancor detailing on the front. the little stone details around the base, and they've even included a little grate on the front end where the rancor pit would be. And that gives you a good place to have minifigures stand if they're talking to Bib Fortuna or to Boba. There's a couple drinks on it, including some spotchka or something on the side, because there's always a party going on at this palace. One cool little detail about the throne is this little GTFO lever here. If you give him a little flip, then it deposes a minifigure from that throne after he's been shot by Boba. I will say, most of the time that minifigure tends to fall off to the side instead of the front, but it's still kind of a fun little play feature. If we slide that throne out, we can see that there's a little hidden compartment with treasure underneath it, and in that spot we've got 2 bars of Beskar and 2 blasters. Behind the throne, we've got a functioning little spit here, so if you rotate that with your fingers, you can see those Tatooine turkey legs rotating around some fire. There's a little box of bones back there. There's some kind of hookah-like thing over on the right. And you can actually unclip the backside and unfold it so you can get a better view of that kitchen area. There's some kind of cool hearth back there with a side table in front. And flanking that little side table, we've got 2 red lights to sort of set the mood in that palace. On the roof of that main chamber, we've got 2 big ceiling windows with grates on top going left to right, which makes me think that LEGO really scavenged for every tiny little detail in that scene to pick out everything they could. They noticed the horizontal lines on the wall back there with Boba Fett's throne, so they gave us something to motivate those lights in the form of these grates, so I think that's pretty cool. Lastly, if we turn this thing around to the back, we see a little red snake because, I mean, yeah, why not? Next, we've got the 2-story tower that serves as the entrance to Boba Fett's throne room. The entrance tower includes this super thick and chonky wooden door with a gatekeeper droid mounted right in the front and center. There's a turret above the front door with not 1 but 2 guns because Boba Fett is sick and tired of having his packages taken by porch pirates. We see that rounded section of the roof to call back to what we all know that palace looks like. On the inside, there's a pair of binoculars on the 2nd floor, but you're gonna have to climb up there or something because there's no stairs or ladder. There's a control panel there just inside the door for that Gamorrean guard to play Minecraft on when he's bored. And for a play feature, there's a little knob on the side so you can make that Gamorrean guard tumble down those stairs like a chump when Fennec Shand shoots him from the top. That door goes up and down if you want to let someone in that way, so that's kind of cool. On the left, we've got our last chamber, which is sort of a cantina side lounge kind of thing. That little area's got a center table with a couple drinks on it, and a couple little seats or pillows for someone to lounge back and relax after a long day on Tatooine. But this is not a completely peaceful little lounge area because on the roof, we've got a little barrel. What's inside that barrel? 2 thermal detonators. Wow. But if you want to get to those thermal detonators, then you're gonna have to use the Ascend feature from Tears of the Kingdom because there's no stairs or ladder here. Look, I think this is a super cool set. It looks awesome. I think it looks good on display. It has some cool play features. It has a lot of really cool minifigures. I mean, what's not to like, really? I'll tell you what, it's the price. This set retails for $100, which for 732 pieces is pretty steep to me. Tons of people compare this set to 9516, Jabba's Palace. That set had about the same number of pieces and came out in 2012. Oh, this set wasn't as good as Jabba's Palace. Guess how much that set was in 2012? $120. $120 in 2012 is about $160 in 2023 monies. That's a lot of money for a little over 700 pieces. Double what I think you should pay for this set. So I wouldn't pay full price for this set, but if you see it for $80 or less, I would pick it up. It's a way better value than 9516 Jabba's Palace was when it was new. I think this set's awesome. All right, later nerds.